TimeWaver Pro Lesson 3, Video C, Transmission Schedule. We're going to schedule our list. This specifies how often and for how long the information in the list is to be sent. This results in the individual transmission dates, which are then processed automatically in optimization mode. Click on plus to add a schedule. There are three different types of optimization. In the individual optimization, the information is sent once for a certain period of time. You define the start and the transmission time. The end results automatically. This optimization type is useful if you want to send a specific event, for example, a check or an operation, during the entire duration of the event. In most cases, however, you will use interval optimization. This corresponds to the regular intake of a certain dose over a certain period of time. The information is therefore sent at regular intervals for a certain duration. With start and end, you determine the total duration of the treatment. With transmission duration and with repeat, you define the dose. Node optimization is a special feature of the Kozyrev TimeWave model. Exactly 12 transmissions are determined, which lie in special resonance points. The first transmission points are very close together, and the transmission duration is very short. Thereafter, the distances and transmission durations become longer in logarithmic ratio. Node optimization is often used as an initial spark to set processes in motion, especially for clients with blocked regulation. Another typical application is acute cases such as influenza or similar. We will have a closer look at the different transmission times that result from this later when we show the optimization mode. For this, we choose interval optimization as the most common type of optimization. The date and time when the list was created or the transmission schedule added is selected as default for start. You determine the end yourself with this convenient menu. You can either specify the total duration or the date of the last transmission, whichever is more convenient for you. Let's assume the client has a new appointment in 2 weeks. In this case, we select this date in the calendar and set it as the end. If you do not have a specific end in mind, click on the infinity icon. The broadcast now continues until you change the schedule or deactivate the list. The times for repetition and transmission time are also resonant times from the Kozyrev TimeWave model. We use the following internationally standardized abbreviations for the time units. You can also specify your own times using the small wizard. You can also find them in the quick guide. Which broadcast schedules are best suited for which purposes is a topic that will occupy us in more detail later in the advanced training. For now, we select a transmission time of approximately 18 seconds repeated once per hour. We will deal with the subject of adjustment later. For now, skip this option. Under rest time, you can specify a period of the day during which the transmission is interrupted. This option is for sensitive clients, for example, who do not want to be sent transmissions during their sleep. You can make comments on this transmission schedule in the note field. A special feature is the automatic optimization, abbreviated here as A. Similar to the intensity and potency, an analysis determines which transmission time and which repetition time have the highest relevance from the specifications. These two values are then adopted. You can also create several transmission schedules that are then played one after another. Suppose you want to send a test in a week. Until then, you want to send the list at regular intervals as preparation, so to speak. Then the test date itself is to be sent as an individual optimization. So we send the interval optimization so that it ends with the start of the test. Then we create a second schedule by clicking on plus. This takes the end as the beginning of the first plan. For the duration of the broadcast, we choose the intended duration of the test. Theoretically, you can put any number of schedules one behind the other. In practice, however, you will hardly ever set up more than 2 plans, because after that, a post-analysis and preparation of the contents is usually necessary to keep the list up to date. When you do this, you also reset the transmission schedule. To remove one of the schedules, click on the minus sign in front of it. Now, in our case, only the test itself is sent. That's it for transmission schedules. Please open your own list now and try out the different settings and options of the schedule. Save the list with a valid schedule so that it ends up in the active lists folder.